Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Rebirth After Dark, where the lights are low, the truths are unfiltered, and the conversations are unapologetic. Tonight, we're diving into something deep, something powerful, and yes, something sexy in its own right. We're talking about the kind of healing that comes from having a real, raw conversation with someone who once hurt you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would I ever sit down with someone who broke my heart? Someone who betrayed me, disappointed me, or left me wounded? Here's the truth. Sometimes healing isn't about them. It's about you. It's about stepping into the fire one last time. Not to get burnt, but to finally put it out. You know, I've been doing a lot of reflecting myself. And sometimes it can be very intimidating to even think about, to even have the thought of sitting down with someone that hurt you, whether it's a past lover, a friend, or maybe a family member. But just because it feels intimidating doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So here's the catch. Healing conversations only happen when you come with an open heart. That means no rehearsed speeches, no bullet points, no walls built so high that they can't reach you. It's something about openness that is sexy. And I think it's because it's being vulnerable. When you're open, you're vulnerable. And vulnerability is sexy. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that's when the real magic starts. So, as I stated, I've been doing a lot of reflecting myself. And many, many, many years ago, someone that I loved and cared for deeply hurt me to the point where I didn't know if I was going to make it, truth be told. I was in a very, very dark place because back then I couldn't understand why this person would do what they did to me. Why did I feel so blindsided? What I thought was perfect had so many flaws. And at that time, I could not understand, nor could I own my role in that story. See, when you get hurt by someone you love, the only thing that you can focus on in that moment is the action of that person, their behavior, the thing that they did. The pain is so deep and strong, and it holds on to you with this tight grip. And although you feel you can forgive or you can move past, not everybody feels that way though, but I did. I felt that I could move past this, I could forgive. And even when I thought that I had forgave, there was still a piece of me that was still hurting, even after all of these years. Recently, I found myself in a space where I needed to really reflect and really understand what happened in that moment. Why wasn't I able to receive and understand my role in that story? And that was because, like I said, the pain had me it had me so gripped up, right? It just, I couldn't think. I couldn't pinpoint, what did I do to deserve this? Fast forward, feeling very vulnerable and open. And remember, I said earlier that healing conversations only can happen when you come with an open heart. I sat down with this person recently and we had a conversation. And let's be clear, the conversation wasn't to blame or to point fingers, but it was to gain an understanding. Um, so both parties could move forward in the healthiest form that they possibly can. You see, what I thought was a form of protection, what I thought was me protecting this person from something that had happened, I thought by not allowing this person who held in a very important position in my life to defend me, to defend my honor, that I would be protecting them and I would be saving them from something that could have turned out to be very, very devastating. But what I didn't realize was I removed that person's power. Although my intentions was not to emasculate or to make that person feel powerless, I was coming from a place of protection. I didn't want that person to make a decision that could cause them their life, their family, their reputation, their future. So you may be wondering, like, well, did you ever sit down with this person and try to have a conversation about this before? And the answer is yes, we did. But again, the pain was so thick and so strong that they couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear them. But you know what we both had in common? We both were coming from a place of protection. They wanted to protect me and I wanted to protect them. And when you want to protect someone from harm, that's a genuine feeling of love, right? You care and you love for that person so much that you don't want any harm to come to them. But yet, harm still came. And it came because we both could not hear each other's pain in that moment. See, it's important, the power of listening as much as speaking. I'm happy to say that after all these years, I truly believe we were able to walk away fully and committed to heal ourselves so we could be better partners, better friends, better family members to the people in our lives moving forward. And I am grateful for that. But I had to come with an open heart, not my own agenda, but with the heart and openness of understanding. It's important to own your part of the story. You may not be the one that actually executed the behaviors that has hurt your loved one, but you could be the one that planted the seed. Let's keep it all the way real. Healing isn't just about pointing fingers. It's about owning your path. It's owning your part. It's owning your path in the story. Maybe you ignored the red flags. Maybe you weren't fully honest about your needs. Maybe you stayed when you should have walked away. And baby, when you can say, yes, I played a role too, that's when you reclaim your power. You know how the best connections happen when both people take responsibility for their pleasure? When we're talking about intimacy, if we were to compare this to intimacy, that's when the best connections happen. When both people take responsibility of their pleasure. It's the same. It's the same. When both people take responsibility of their role in the story, that is when healing can happen. See, owning your part isn't weakness. It's seductive strength. It says, I'm grown enough to know my role and strong enough to learn from it. I want you to do me a favor. Imagine leaving that conversation lighter, freer, maybe even a little turned on by your own growth. I mean, you never know. That's the kind of release we're talking about tonight. Closure can be just as intoxicating as desire because it's a climax of a different kind, you see. It's the moment your pain stops owning you and you start owning your truth. So, whether it's an ex-lover, a former friend, or someone who left scars on your soul. Don't run. Don't run. You can't run from the conversation if you feel it calling you. Step into it with an open heart. It's okay. Take responsibility for your part. And let it be in the medicine you didn't know you needed. Yeah, man. That's where the healing lies. That's where freedom lies. It's so important. And I know that you can do it. Think about what it would feel like to be free, to be healed. Just take a minute. What are you running from? What pain are you trying to avoid?